they reach the first flight. Zip Pearl, not particularly fluent. Mossing didn't really appear to be looking at all where she was going. She's racing with her ears pricked in a close second. Danger Money in third, and Captain Courageous is held up last of the quartet. On the gallop to flight number 2. Mossing again, not really looking where she's going into the wings of the hurdle. As Zip Pearl led over it. Mossing is moving back up sides. Zip Pearl on their way to the third. Danger Money stalking them 2 lengths away, and Captain Courageous a similar margin adrift.
Always be aware of what the fill rate is.
The front pair come to jump flight number 3 in unison. All 4 of them step across it safely. So Zip Pearl on the inside showing in front.
We don't ever take a price. We always offer a price.
With Danger Money tracking them just a couple of lengths adrift. And a further 2 lengths behind is Captain Courageous. So they're on the approach to the 2 flights of hurdles at the home straight, 4 and 5.
The money's all backed up
and Henry Brook in front. Mossing and Ben Post, with Brian Hughes
pretty much
whacking the face from his mount in the opener. On Danger Money in third, coming over the 4th flight. Zip Pearl again gaining ground over Mossing. The back marker remains Captain Courageous.
Essentially what I'm saying is we're looking for uncertainty.
To the 5th.
That's what we make our money.
Zip Pearl
we make money
from
lead. Mad gamblers.
Mossing once again is given a shake of the reins by Ben Post going into the wings of the hurdle, and that time
we make our money from, if you've ever played
came up for him. The front pair have now pressed on after jumping the 5th together. They're 4 lengths in front of Danger Money, who still has a 2-length break on Captain Courageous. So one more hurdle to jump along the side before they race through their departure point.
If I don't even put
it, I'm not worried. With a narrow advantage over Mossing, about a half length between them. Danger Money, best part of 4 lengths adrift of the leader.
Look at the Racetimer.
In third place,
this is where I normally make my money.
Yet to pass a rival, a couple of lengths behind Danger Money, as they close in on flight number 6. So Zip Pearl, sheepskin noseband on the inside of Mossing.
There's nothing that's turning me on still.
Continues to look around going into the obstacles, and again Zip Pearl gained ground over Mossing.
He's running quite well. I mean, he might actually go on and win this race if he does.
From Ben Post, 4 lengths away in third is Danger Money, still travelling perfectly well, as is the back marker Captain Courageous.
So there could be an opportunity
through their start point.
I'm just looking for it at the moment.
So 3 flights to jump down the far side, and Zip Pearl continues to lead Mossing narrowly. There'd be 3 parts of a length between them.
I'm out of here, man.
That's my first warning. That would be if I was trading a short race, by the way, to get out
come to the wings of 5 out, and it was Zip Pearl who led over
Zip Pearl's come right in there, look.
And jumping better than Mossing, who continues to press in second. Danger Money in third. As they come to jump 4 out, Captain Courageous still last, but well in touch.
So we see this price is sort of coming out.
At the middle flight in the back by just over a length. Danger Money is about to go.
I'm out of here, man.
Coming there quickly.
Ridden on their way to 3 out. Captain Courageous still very much in the thick of it. Only 3 lengths between them.
And do you know what?
The last on the far side, 3 out.
I don't know if I'm going to do much more in this race. I'm tempted to have a little much in there.
Courageous right on terms.
We want more
leads them back towards the home straight inside the final half mile with 2 to jump. So Zip Pearl by a length from the hard-driven Mossing. Danger Money now coming off the bridle in third, and Captain Courageous becoming outpaced as Zip Pearl tries to slip clear. At the top of the home straight, running towards the last quarter of the mile. Zip Pearl by only a length. Mossing is coming back at the leader. Danger Money switching to challenge on the outside of the front pair. Wider still is Captain Courageous. 2 from home. Zip Pearl a narrow leader from Mossing. 3 lengths to Captain Courageous, who is just about nosed ahead of Danger Money, who looks held and Mossing.
Now look at that. That Mossing has come back to win. That looked like it was smashed earlier. That's a good example to show you why you need to get out and not hold position on. Because if we'd held position on, I'd have got absolutely claimed. I could have lost what? I don't know what my liability was. Maybe,
Market suspended.
Or something, and we don't want that to happen. That's why you always close the position off. If we have a look where it traded out to, look at that. People thought it was well beat. It went right the way up. to decent money at 30 to 1. 30, yeah. And certainly quite a lot of money throughout them price bands. People thought it was smashed, but it wasn't. So yeah, just be careful in the market. Close your positions off. Even if you're laying a horse that you think is an outsider that is like 1,000 to 1, and you're laying it at even money, you get matched. You still want to close off at some point somewhere because you never know. I've had 1,000 to 1 with.
White flag raised, and they're off.
Market in play.
So for the fourth time today, 2 miles a trip and 9 flights of hurdles to jump in the second division of this Tipperary Racehorse.ie handicap hurdle. And as they make the run towards the first of the 9 flights, and a little bit of competition for the lead has been won early on by Anna Carr, who leads by a couple of lengths over the top weight Gaelic de Chasty as they come towards the first. Racing in third, a couple of lengths back behind those is Golden Ferret.
Just count off a minute while I talk. So I'm just waiting for the market to settle down at the moment. It can be a bit crazy at the start. This is the section where I make my money, and this is the section where I lose money. So we don't want to trade that part. That's the business end of the race. It's a 2 mile handicap, so I can probably go up to at least that line, maybe that line. We'll see how the markets are trending. But because it's Tipperary, like I say, the liquidity is probably going to be low. So we've got to be on our guard the whole time. Depends what other stakes are in there, and obviously we're looking for cushions and we're looking for crossover points, ideally.
Top weight Gaelic de Chasty has now moved into the lead for Luke Dempsey from Anna Carr, races second, a length and a half in front of Golden Ferret in third. 4 on the outside, races Alex Harwell, with between these two is Fastbender.
There's not much money on the late side here.
Eric
like
Carman,
and
the green jacket, and behind Eric Carman is Johanna Yates, as they come to the first of the 2 flights in the straight.
Reached the ladders again.
Jump it well, and all jump it safely. And the quickish run towards flight number 4 with Gaelic de Chasty and Luke Dempsey taking
aren't bouncing around.
Anna Carr and Sean O'Keefe races
always
second.
aware of the fill rate.
A length in front of Alex Harwell, who jumps at one in third.
Coming in plates to the
under Ryan Tracy. They're further length back by Golden Ferret on the inside of Eric Carman, with Fastbender on the outside of that duo.
So
this sixth further length and a half that back then by Howie Ted.
If you look up there, I just had some red numbers
come up. To find Johanna Yates with on that one's inside is My Friend the Wind. The back 3 are Jovial Jack, Charlotte Wells and Church Lane.
So I'm also tempted to put some money here, and that is just literally because there's a £300
on the run towards flight number 5 before they head down the back straight for the second time. And it's Gaelic de Chasty and Anna Carr. Not a lot of choose between the two. Anna Carr just landed with the fractional advantage. Golden Ferret is on the inside, possibly just showing third. With 4 on that one's out, races Alex Harwell. They're length in front of Eric Carman, with behind Eric Carman races Howie Ted and Fastbender, has just lost a place or 2. A length then to My Friend the Wind and Johanna Yates, with Jovial Jack, Charlotte Wells, and the back marker continues.
Come out of here, man.
So they're inside the final mile and heading towards the first of the 2 flights in the back straight 4 from the finish. And it's Anna Carr and Sean O'Keefe.
If we make no money, that's not a problem. Doesn't matter.
To Gaelic de Chasty running in second, a length to Alex Harwell in third.
I'm tempted to go there.
Fastbender racing close 4 with Golden Ferret closing up on the inside 5. A much tighter bunch.
Now we're later on. I want.
Come out of here, man.
6 or 7 anyway. Jumped that 4th last flight. Eric Carman is next. A length then to find Johanna Yates. My Friend the Wind has made a little bit of headway ahead of Howie Ted. A couple lengths then to Charlotte Wells, and the back 2 are Jovial Jack and Church.
But not when it's here. When it's higher up.
Anna Carr with on the inside Gaelic de Chasty. Not a lot to choose between the 2. Anna Carr with the advantage. Fastbender has moved up on the outside now to take much closer order and go second.
Eric Carman
They're 2 lengths in front of Johanna Yates. Has made a bit of headway ahead of Alex Harwell. That one's inside the ridden along Eric Carman. My Friend the Wind is next ahead of Howie Ted, and Charlotte Wells trying to tack on to that leading group as they head out of the back straight towards the turn in. 2 flights to jump when they swing in. And as they reach the point of the bend, it's Anna Carr on the inside, but Fastbender.
I was close to making a mistake there. I nearly went in, and I didn't realise we were in the red zone. Obviously in the red zone we don't trade because I just reset the ladders. See what's going on with the. You see how nutty their markets are. Who knows who's going to win, really? It looks like this horse is probably going to win, but it doesn't mean it will. Things can happen, and you can watch them happen now. Look, then there you go. How to predict that? It's out. No one really knows. Is it going to win? Is it not going to win? We might get a photo here, so I'm going to watch this carefully because I often make money on photos.
Side of the corner, McNamara. Founder from My Friend the Wind is the race up towards the line. My Friend the Wind on the inside. Beats Fassbender and Johnny Yates.
Market suspended.
They finish clear of Anakar in.
I doubt that's going to be a photo, unfortunately. But you see what I mean? That's headed right into 104, and that's decent money, 796 quid there. And you can see there's like thousands of pounds matched up below 1.2, and that's still lost. That's my point. Anything can happen at the end. You don't want to be trading that part of the race. You'll get smashed. Imagine if you would have been trading that and you'd laid it and the price come right down here. You'd have had to get out and save some money. And then the bugger wouldn't have won anyway. So you'd have been even more paid off. So best just not to get involved in any of that business at all. Get out at the right times. Use the race timer, or alternatively listen to the commentators and listen to when they say they're, whatever distance out, 4 furlongs left to go or whatever. When you hear them say that mark, get out, or whatever distance you want to get on. Anyway, let's have a look at the next race. Only 176, but it's a profit.
The card, 11.
So I'm just looking at Southall now. These races today are coming thick and fast. Sometimes I have to wait half an hour a race or whatever if I'm just trading one track. I've got quite a lot of these longer ones. Because they're low grade as well, I've got to be extremely careful. When they're thick and fast, right, you've got to bear in mind, when you're trading, you're using 100%
Market in play.
You can't do that for too long. People will tell you this. Any professional trader would tell you it's hard to trade 20, 30 races in a day because it's hard to keep that constant level, that high level of concentration up for all that time, especially when they're thick and fast. So I've got to be extremely careful.
Oakley.
Take my time, try and get relaxed. By the way, between each race, even if it's a minute, I'm still getting up, having a walk around, you know what I mean, and just chilling out before I start trading again. It's really important you do that because otherwise you will. It only takes one mistake to get caned, so you don't want that to happen. Right, we'll have a look at this race, but I'm nice and chilled out. We don't want no silly mistakes. We just want to make a couple of quid if the opportunity is there. Looking at price bands, just carrying on from my entry points video, looking at price bands, and we are looking at cushions as well. If you don't know what they are, look at my entry points video. At the moment, I've got my dog wanting a lot of attention from me, so that means I can't trade, possibly, until she's settled. I don't want her to disturb me while I'm in the race. That's enough now, Lucy. Sit down. Sit. Wait. Daddy's busy. Sorry about that. Right, let's get the sound on.
First, and all landing safely at that. Big Bad Buzz, Daryl Jacob, dark green, last of all. Rapid
so what do
flight,
we know about this race so
and
far?
on the inside, Colden's Dream.
We know it's a maiden.
First 3, followed by Mr. TG on the outside. Sounds Russian is keeping an eye on Rapid Flight.
We also know
Goodwill
there's
Hunting, the light blue and light green sleeves. Checked
quite
colours
low.
worn by
We
Tom
don't get
Bellamy
involved,
on
we don't
Idle's
get
Eye
involved,
on the
it doesn't
in,
matter.
followed by Leopold's Rock. Mr. Dealer is to the outside, and the back 2, that ship sailed, and Big Bad Buzz. As the field have all taken their first 4.
I'm literally
now
doing
on the
nothing
run
at the moment.
away from
Haven't
the
even
far
got my
side
hands on the
with
keyboard
Rapid
mouse.
Flight, bidding to make it a double for the Queen, Nicky Henderson and Nico de Boinville, this half-brother
Just waiting.
to Black-type mare Sunshade in the lead, followed by Colden's Dream in second position, sharing that with Miraculous Getaway, Mr. TG, and then Sounds Russian, second to a stable companion of the leader, No Ordinary Joe, here last time up.
Like I say, you don't have to
one
find a
better
race
today,
time if you're
sits in
using
fifth,
different
as they
trading
have
where
almost
listen to
completed
the
their first circuit,
commentators.
the first of
Because
2 in the home straight.
Information
From A
that
to
is
B
just
there,
not as
Rapid
good.
Flight and Colden's Dream, who's tanked through this to this point, still under restraint in second position, but he's keen to get running on the inside as they come to what will be the last next
My
time.
dog is hassling me still, so
Rapid Flight, Colden's
I'm being
Dream.
very careful. I don't want to
Flight to
start
Colden's Dream in second position. Sounds Russian, very slick in behind the third Miraculous Getaway.
She's a chug, if you know what it is. She's a bit crazy.
Blue stars on the sleeves. Idle's Eye following
Beautiful,
with
but
Goodwill
crazy.
Hunting in midfield. Mr. TG the outer, then Mr.
I'm
Dealer.
like that as well, by
And the back
Don't
few
tell her I
are
said
Leopold's Rock. And still the last pair,
Right.
Big Bad Buzz. And that ship sails.
Still haven't
less
seen
than
up.
a circuit to go now.
Nothing coming
And the
in
leaders
from
with
the
Rapid Flight
outsiders.
been
So
able
we've still
to
only got
dictate
the
to a
runners.
large extent. Harry Skelton
chance that
adjusts
maybe this
his
one won't
goggles
come
on
in.
the third Colden's Dream. Miraculous Getaway still in
certainly not
second.
playing
Jamie
at that
Hamilton
price.
and Sounds Russian.
I'm out of here, man.
With Mr. TG.
So I'm going to go in there for a spike.
David England and Goodwill Hunting next. Ahead of Mr. Dealer, Leopold's Rock,
Later
Bad
on,
Buzz.
so if we're going to go
and Jessica
like
Betty's That Ship
6
Sailed
ticks.
in last.
Well, you got to bear in
So
mind, though, the more
more
ticks
to
you
jump
go
in
forward,
the
more
Happy Birthday Lucy Titchener National Hunt Maiden Hurdle. The
See
first
that money's
of
dropped
three
there,
in
so
the
I'm going to
back.
drop that
Rapid
down.
Flight over well.
No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it again now.
Two, Miraculous Getaway in second. Sounds Russian is now sharing third with Colden's Dream. Mr. TG on the outside.
Looking at what
Then
the
Mr.
market's
Dealer
doing.
possibly making a place. Getting to the middle one in
I'm
the
out
back.
of here, man.
Idle's
And now
Eye
we
on
just
the
need to match
inside
the
of Mr.
outside. We
Dealer.
are.
Little gap to Goodwill Hunting, struggling and losing ground. Big Bad Buzz has overtaken his stablemate.
I'm
That
tempted
Ship
to go
Sailed
in
has
again.
relegated Leopold's Rock to be last. Rapid Flight the leader. Sounds Russian wasn't great there, just in behind.
Reset my ladder.
It is still Rapid
Sucker.
Flight. Colden's Dream
Still got
on
a
the
small
inner. Miraculous
match
Getaway.
there,
Mr. Dealer
the
has
match.
made some
Now we're in the
promising
red
headway
zone.
on the out.
So that's it. Like I say, that's the
Sounds Russian still in behind.
That sound out. We're in the danger zone. No more trading. It's only 162, but like I say, these races are coming thick and fast today. So I'm just taking my time. I'm not going to push it. I could put a trade in here and try and do a few ticks, but it's a bit of a lottery. That could go through me. See like how it just did there. Look at that. If that comes in, and what you do when it's down here, you've got to get out, whether it wins or loses. So just anyway, I'll stop boring you and I'll get on to the next break because they're going to come thick and fast today. I'll leave this on just in case you want to finish.
In third, Idle's Eye running on. Sounds Russian in fifth at the one pace as they run down towards the final flight here. Mr. Dealer is pressing Rapid Flight, who's finding enough at the moment.
Oh, we'll get a break. Muscle pretty short.
It's going to challenge last. Rapid Flight now is going to be pressed by Idle's Eye. Mr. Dealer backing out of it in third, then Sounds Russian staying on, half a furlong to go. Rapid Flight from Idle's Eye. Sounds Russian.
So I've got a banger coming up next. Put that on another video. Got to be careful. Listen to what I'm saying about odds on. Because they control so much of the market, or have so much market share, if something goes wrong with that runner, then all the other prices are going to come crashing in, and you don't want that if you're laying. Anyway, I'll start a new video when it's first starts, and I've got a 10-minute break. I'm going to have a walk around, stretch my legs, get away from the computer screen. I highly recommend you do stuff like this if you're trading. Refresh myself, come back fresh for the next race in 10 minutes' time.
And already left 4 or 5 lengths
behind. So this is another race at
Ugly duckly.
What do we know about this race? It's a 3-mile
hand set by Lockgarman Arish on the approach to fence number 2.
So it's a little bit better quality than the others. I'm going to have to leave us a little bit longer.
With a narrow advantage over Oscar Nomination on his outside. Close up on the inner is Tudor's Treasure, the manuscript next. And Square Viviani
and go from there really. We'll see what the liquidity is like. I'm not really too sure what it's going to be like. Banker on D is a pretty crappy track. The liquidity is not going to be amazing. There's some big figures here, but that's an odds on. You always see bigger money when there's an odds on. We've got to be careful of that, because if anything happens to that runner, we're screwed. If we're playing this horse and then that one falls, for example, that price is going to come crashing in if that horse is doing well. Got to be aware of that all the time. So I'm just going to take my time, look for the right opportunity. See, the video's just stalled, so I might have to restart that. Betfair problems. Love Betfair, don't you? They create loads of problems, can't sort their thing out and take loads of money. They never bloody help you out.
Stage on the inside of the manuscript. And
enough about that. Anyway,
is detached again.
So let's see if we can make some cash. We're going to reach the ladders now. Not interested in this odds one, but I'll keep
on the far side. Lockgarman Arish headed by Oscar Nomination, who went left but jumped on.
Well, hang on, what's
approached the ditch
that's
on the far side. Oscar Nomination by a couple of lengths from Lockgarman Arish, the manuscript. Tudor's Treasure's not travelling on the first circuit at least. Finally, Square Viviani running to the last in the back straight.
So, do you hear that about Tudor's Treasure not travelling very well? So let's see if we can get something in.
From Lockgarman Arish.
Sixes.
Tudor's Treasure through on the inside of the manuscript.
We want a 6-tick offset on that one because we're way outside the market. So if you look, we'll get out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. But if the price comes in, we can either change that. You can change it, then hit the reset button, which is that between the manuscript
and Tudor's
Treasure, or we can leave it.
Pestered by the rider. The back marker remains
Square Tudor's Treasure's not running very well. It's unlikely to win that race. Can we get matched at price?
Oscar Nomination by about a length from Lockgarman Arish in rear. Square Viviani didn't get especially high. And Tom O'Brien's
I'm tempted to lay this manuscript, but the price is too high for me. I don't want to have, like,
treasure.
if I just put a price in there.
Oscar nomination from
so even at £4, if you look up there, my liability is
on the race
40 quid.
The lead
£4. I don't want that.
Alternated. Oscar nomination now on the inside, and Lockgarman Arish racing wider. The manuscript is third as they arrive
not for like a couple of quid profit, if you know what I mean.
And then a length back to Tudor's Treasure, who's been off the bridle for much of the journey so far. Square Viviani's been on and off in last place.
It's unlikely we're going to get matched. Everyone knows Tudor's Treasure is running really poorly.
As they embark
so
on the
we're just
final
waiting for an
circuit,
opportunity.
Number 10, Oscar nomination, Lockgarman Arish. A mistake on the outside, plunged at the fence. Down on his nose, 3 lengths to the manuscript. Tudor's Treasure is proving very hard work to motivate this afternoon.
If we don't get matched, it doesn't matter.
Square Viviani,
that,
as the leaders come
better
to
off not to get matched than to lose money.
11. Just in front of Lockgarman Arish out wide. Then a clear of
not enough.
Manuscript, Square Viviani.
What else is going on? Not a lot, really, in this race.
Treasure, as they work their way past the open.
I'm not going to trade either of these, so they're just not worth my hassle.
So the Hanmer duo, namely Oscar nomination
all this
and
comes down to me.
Arish, separated by a length, and they're 7 lengths up. With
Square nearly. Did you see that? Nearly came down. Came down to 6.8 there.
The front pair as
only had a few more ticks to come in.
Back. Tudor's Treasure's now going up and down on the same spot, the back marker, and tailing off quickly as they run to fence number 13.
I'm tempted to go for more ticks, 12 ticks.
And Lockgarman Arish, separated by half.
Jumping around that much, you might as well.
They run to the first of the 4 in the back straight. With
15
Viviani drawing clear of the manuscript, and Lockgarman Arish is back in front.
Will we get matched though? That's the question.
Has quickly gone clear after jumping on Oscar nomination. Square Viviani in third. The manuscript.
I'm also tempted to.
I'm out of here, man.
I think we're going to get matched on there.
Back straight, as Lockgarman Arish comes to jump the next. Over it, 4 lengths clear.
Just remember, anything can happen in horse racing, so you've got to be careful. I've cancelled that Square nomination price off.
Over the final open ditch, Lockgarman Arish untidy, but
we matched up.
Was clumsy.
And I'll actually do that again if I can.
But the manuscript was pulled up before it, so 3 of them left going, coming to jump.
So that was 3.44 in one quick trade.
To the tune of 8.
We're in the red zone, so we're cancelled.
Over it in second, and 12.
But sometimes, you see, you wait for your moment. Some races, I've made less money by doing 2 trades in one race a day, where I just waited for the right moment and that. Made 3.44 in literally a couple of seconds. I had a big tick-off set and just picking up the price as it came in. Unless this horse falls. So I'll get the video up there. Look, German Aris has blatantly won this race. As long as it gets over these fences. But if it does fall, you've got to be aware that these prices, I'll just reset the ladders. Square Viviani, that price, if you're laying it up here, imagine that, you lay it at 50 to 1 for 2 quid, so you've got £100 liability, and that bugger falls, that price is going to shoot straight in to where that is. And we don't want that. That's why we don't trade in the danger zones or trade silly prices. Anyway, best of luck in the markets. Hit subscribe, hit like. If you want a copy of the Racetimer, drop me an email. If you need a copy of the Geeks Toy, look below in the description. And I'm also going to cover keeping records soon as well. I've got another trick up my sleeve I haven't shared yet. I'll be sharing that soon.
Market suspended.
Next race today. I'm surprised that this Tipperary has already started. And before my last race finished. Now, I haven't got my race on this one, which makes it dangerous for me. So I've got to be extremely careful if I'm going to trade it. I'm going to have to listen to the commentators where they are in the race, and I certainly don't want to be involved anywhere near the business end. Tipperary, if you don't know, is an Irish track. The only thing I know about Tipperary, apparently it's a long way away, or something like that. Long way to Tipperary, is it? Anyway, we're going to see if we can pull a few ticks, but we're only going to do it safely if the opportunity arises. Get the sound on.
Behind Brosna Rocco is Accidental Rebel with Bride's Hill on the inside rail. Therefore, the length so back by Vinax.
You can see we're looking at fill rate.
Is not quite so detached, but still at the back of the field as they come to flight number 4.
Most of the bets coming in quite small. There's 179 there, 132, which was
a fluent jump.
The biggest one.
2 lengths in front of Rock on Shamey. In third is Le
Looked
Figaro
like there was
Faudel.
two roughly 114s.
Giving a couple of vigorous reminders on the inside is
You
Bulldoze
need
racing
to,
in third
it's to
under
work out
Robbie
what your
Power.
fill rate is.
Magna Glory is next with Eva's Bow and Accidental Rebel. Capture the Action. The grey with the red cap is next on that one's outside, followed then by Vinax, Brosna Rocco,
Big money
Bright
coming
Hill,
in.
And the back marker
So
continues
we're
to
out.
be Pat Coyne.
Not enough money on the late
Heading out of the
side.
final
See that?
circuit and towards
Too
flight
dangerous
number
to get
5.
involved in this.
Rock Chica.
All these empty spaces.
Under Donna Minor.
No one wants to
The
lay.
3-year-old hurdle here last autumn. Lands
now,
a fractional advantage over that flight from Rock on Shamey on the outside in second.
Fill rate is
Magna
very
Glory
poor on this
travelling well
race,
on the
so you've got
inside
to
in
be
third in
careful.
company with the ridden along Bulldoze. With that
Because in that
outside
situation, the
duo
market
is
can just
Le
fight
Figaro
freely.
Faudel. They're half a length in front of
If
Eva's
you're not
Bow,
used
who's
to
followed
trading
by
races like
Vinax and
this, I
Accidental Rebel.
recommend that you
Brosna Rocco on the inside, a length in front of the top
run
eight, capture
like
the
that,
action, and a couple of lengths then to find Brights Hill. And they're clear of Pat Coyne, who's continuing but quite a bit detached from the rest of the field. Inside the 7 furlong point, and heading towards
I actually cancelled
the
that
first of
off.
the 2 flights in the back
I'm
straight.
probably going to lose money
four
here
from the finish.
because
Rock Chica and Dunamilo taking them along by a length to Rock on Shamey and Sarah Larkin in second. 3 lengths then to find Magna Glory third. Jumps at third on the inside under Mikey Hamill. 4 behind those is Eva's Bow and Paddy O'Hanlon making a place or 2 ahead of Le Figaro Faudel.
I just want out.
On the inside
So
is
I cancelled most of the bet off
tacking onto that
Look,
leading group
liquidity
ahead of
is
Capture
so
the Action.
poor.
Brosna Rocco, Accidental
This is
Rebel being
suicidal,
along,
really, to get
and
involved
they're
on
in
that
front of
runner.
Brights Hill.
There's a bit of money there, so
the
I'm
third last. Rock Chica lands 2 in front of in second place. On the inside now, Eva's Bow. Magna Glory is stable companion, just getting ridden along for a stride or 2, third on the inside. 4 is Rock on Shamey, Capture the Action staying on behind those in 5. Vinax being driven ahead of Accidental Rebel, and they're clear. Heading out of the back straight and towards the turn in, less than half a mile
got a lot
race,
more tips
and
than
2
that.
flights left to jump when they swing in. And Rock Chica travelling well out in front is a couple of lengths to the good over Eva's Bow in second. Capture the Action staying on behind those. Magna Glory ridden along on the inside, but still there with a chance, and they're in front of Rock on Shamey and Accidental Rebel.
Because I come into this race late, I can see already the market's going nuts. We're probably towards, I listen to the commentator, we're towards that business end. You can do it like that, but it's too scary. I would recommend using the Racetimer. Unfortunately, the Racetimer didn't work on that race, and that's because the race has already started before I entered the market. I'm going to look at the next race and go from there. So, continuing on with Tuesday trade.
I'm out of here, man.
Where we are so far, £16.73.
0 seconds.
Not really made much per race. There's no big wins there. They're all little small ones, but I like loads of small consistency wins. They're sort of thick and fast today. You can see there's not much time between each, so it might go on. But when they're thick and fast, you do need to take your time and slow yourself up a bit. Otherwise, and it's one mistake to have a big loss, and we don't want that. Anyway, let's see what happens in this race and see if we can make some more money.
Over the extended 2 miles
Market
for the
in play.
Trainer 2021 season conditional jockeys.
So, first of all, what do we know about this race?
Oxford Blue.
We know it's at Bangor on D, which is a 4 track. It's going to be a low liquidity. You can see it's jumping already.
Pillar of Steel a
It's
little
handicap
untidy
hurdle,
first, as was the back marker D Lane. This is GJ racing in the last pair as they begin the left-handed swing back towards the
one will
home
compromise
straight.
the other.
But of course I will on the outside of Oxford Blue.
Currently, as always, we're just waiting for the race to settle down.
Just over
let
2
the runners
lengths
get
behind,
position,
chasing
take
the
the money
front
in the
pair,
field,
and then a gap of 4 or 5 lengths back to the final duo. With Mrs.
I'm using
£3.50
stakes today.
Of D Lane.
Well, I say 350, that's 350 a click, so obviously I could click
of course I will.
Twice for £7
the front pair over it. D Lane jumping away to the right. In
Depends
the
on
rear,
what the market's
Pillar of Steel
available.
continues to track the front pair.
Going in for 4 ticks to start with.
Way down to flight number 3. Of course I will, from Oxford Blue on the inside. Pillar of Steel picks up 2 lengths behind in third.
So I'm not really interested
and then Mrs. GJ, who's markedly closer in fourth. D Lane continues to bring up the rear, and again was slightly away to the right. But then that also depends on
liquidity. You can see, like, look at this, there's not a lot of money, there's 100 quid there, but
top,
we're going to come in. But there's not a lot of money waiting.
Of course I will by a length.
In an ideal world, you want a lot of money waiting just below you, so
Pillar of Steel tracking them in third.
Out against that money and
of Mrs. GJ.
50 ticks
D Lane continues to be held up last by Brian Carver. So they're well on their way.
By the way, I'm
towards
giving
the
all
home
this
flight of hurdles along the
information
top. Of course,
and
I
what I
will.
do for free,
Continues
totally
to
for
show
free.
the way.
I actually
And
do
has
it because
moved
it
away
helps
from
me
Oxford
when I
Blue by a
talk. It
length and a
makes me
half.
more
Pillar of
accountable for my
Steel
decisions.
on the
That's really
outside
why
in
I do it.
third.
It helps me
And then
as
Mrs.
much as it helps
GJ.
you.
And
But if you
finally
like
D
what I'm doing,
Lane.
please
Jumping
like
the
it.
fourth. Of course
Right.
I will. From
Caroline
Pillar of
encouraged me
Steel. Jumped
to
into
do more
second.
videos,
On the outside of Oxford Blue.
more
As they prepare
content
to
for you,
run into
more
the turn.
trades.
They're closely
Record a
followed by
lot.
Mrs.
It's free.
GJ
There's a
and
big
D
question there. Look.
Lane.
There's a bit of
So off
money
down the
here.
far
I'm
side they head
tempted
with the
to go
field
in for
well grouped, covered by less than 4
There's a
lengths.
grand there now, look.
Of course I will,
Who's
leading
got a grand in there? You need to
Oxford Blue
ask
and
yourself
Pillar of
the question.
Steel, who disputes
Why would
second
someone put £1,000 there?
by just over a length, then 2
Is it
lengths
a
to
bookie laying
Mrs.
off their
GJ
liability? Maybe they're on
and a
course
half length to
and
D
got money
Lane
on
as
this
they
course.
close in
Play
on
it
the
off.
first of
Half
3
it's
on the
gone
far
now.
side.
Well,
Of course I
2/3
will,
of it's
from
gone actually.
Oxford Blue, a
300
clear
quid left, but
second
it's still a
once
nice
again.
cushion.
Pillar of Steel a length back in
148
I'm
third.
out of here, man.
so we
Mrs.
probably need to just
And
raise it
finally
up
D
there
Lane as they run on
below us.
towards the fourth last. It's of course, and then Pillar of Steel
Now
and
that
Mrs.
money's gone, so
GJ
I'll just cancel
and
that off.
D
Use the
Lane
next button.
bringing up the rear,
And I'm
going
going to
over
go back
4
in here.
outs and just beginning to come off the bridle. Pillar of Steel is also coming off the bridle as they run to 3 from home. Of course I
Now, if
will.
we don't get matched,
I'm out of here, man.
Oxford Blue on the leaders' quarters.
we're
Pillar of
nearly out of
Steel
time
responding
anyway.
to pressure. Mrs. GJ
I want more
travelling
tips
better
now if
and
I'm going
going
to go
up
in
to
this late
press
in
for
the
the
race.
lead. And 4 of them were in line at the third last, where Pillar of Steel lost out in the jumping stakes.
Sucker.
D Lane has been left well behind. With 2 to jump and less than half a mile to gallop, 3 of them have gone
And we're
clear.
out.
Of course I will, who's
And
yet
that's
to
it.
be
Now we're
headed.
in the red zone, so
Oxford
we don't
Blue,
want to
who's
trade
now
no
been
more.
ridden along, and Mrs.
Oh, didn't mean to cancel
Pillar
it.
of
I meant to sound off. Sorry. By hitting this tab here, what that does, it cancels all bets off and hedges your position in the market. So I do that just to make sure I haven't got no bets left in that are going to get caught up later when the market goes crazy. We don't want that to happen. I've had it happen to me before. I don't want it ever to happen again. So I always recommend you hit that button there, even if it's white, which will cancel everything off. And you can see, yep, we only got 1 trade through. We had to wait for the right moment in the race, and we made £2.46 from that. We move on to the next race. I'm quite happy with that. If I can pick £2.46 up on sort of 20, 30 races as well.
Market suspended.
Say 20 races in a day, it's £24.60. That adds up over, every day over the week, especially if you're trading sort of 6 days. I recommend you have a day off 1 day a week, or at least do a smaller day. But if you're picking them sort of figures up, and then you have a couple of good, better days as well, you're on to a nice side income, if not a full income, especially if you pick up a few days of 50s and 60s, 70 quid, and so on. Anyway, I'm going to look at the next race here. Just quickly show you, we've got Prairie here. That starts in 1 minute 41. I'm going to pause the video and come back. There's an odds on favourite. We need to be careful of that. Reset that back down to 4. I spoke about odds on quite a lot, but if you're not sure about that, it's because if that happens to that horse, then the other prices are going to come in. I might even give this one a rest. We'll see. Actually, I'm going to do that because I want a break. It's a minute time, so I'm actually going to ignore that one. It's a maiden as well with an odds on. Screw it. So you do need to take breaks. It's extremely important. You can't keep this level of concentration up to trade successfully all day long, doing hundreds of races. No one can do it. Even the best traders in the world don't do it. You've got to pick your race selection and timing. So I'm going to go for this Southwell race next. This looks a little bit better. I'll probably be trading more on these 2 races, but I'll come back in 10 minutes. I'm going to have a 10-minute walk, stretch my legs, have a break, do what I need to do, and then I'll come back. So this is me done for the day. Didn't really have any big profits today, all small, but it's nice and consistent. That's what I like. I'd rather make 2-3 quid a race over 10 races a day than have any crazy business going on. So 23.62 for the day, over 10 races. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and these should all be in this whole video. I'll link the lot together so you can see the full day's work. What I've done, 10 races at 5 minutes a race, so it's about 50 minutes. Call it an hour because I've done a little bit of research today. An hour's work for £23.62. But like I always say, it's the right hour of the day. I've been doing other things between these. Sometimes the races did come thick and fast. You can see just a few minutes gap between each ones, but you know, that's how it is sometimes. I don't recommend that you trade 30, 40 races in a day because you'll lose your concentration and have a big loss. But yeah, that's that. I'm now going to transfer this 2362 to my poker wallet. I'm not going to withdraw it to my bank. I'm just going to put it into my poker wallet. It's sitting there, and then at the end of the week, once that's built up, I think I've got about 350 quid in profits in there at the moment, something like that. But at the end of the week, I'll take out what I need. It saves me doing lots of bank transactions, and if you're worried about these kind of like affordability checks and stuff, it saves you on that as well. Anyway, best of luck in the markets. Don't forget to hit like, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you want a copy of the Geeks Toy, there's a link below. If you need a copy of my profile for the Geeks Toy, so you can copy what I'm doing, just drop me an email and I'll send it to you. If you need a copy of the Racetimer, there's a small fee, and don't forget to keep your records, not just on Betfair, but you need a proper spreadsheet or whatever, so you can check all that out. I'll cover that on another video. Anyway, best up, subscribe, hit like, and I'll see you soon.